In this video, I'm going to go through how I rebuild a golf cart motor. This one in particular came out of Yamaha. I'm going to go in and replace the brushes and go and clean things up and inspect things. So, first thing I do is I remove the speed sensor, RPM sensor. And so these are a magnet type and they're really easy to break. So don't be surprised if you break one your first time around. So there's a gasket here that seals up the sensor. Pretty crusty. And then I'm going to go and remove these Phillips. Looks like there's a bit of dirt in there. Pretty common. Just kind of clean it up. Blow on it. And I'm going to go through these and use this screwdriver hammer. It spins when you hit it, but otherwise you'll strip it out. Oh yeah, that is tough. It's very seized, but I got it. Amazing. And so after I got those screws removed, I removed the stator magnet side. It's just 4 10mm. Oh boy, that is crusty. Whew. And so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press this armature out. I've had other ways of getting this out. It's pressed with a bearing right there. So yeah, again, you want to be very delicate with that magnet because you're gonna damage it. And if you do damage it, I think it's only around $20. So I got the motor in my press. And so we're just going to press the armature out of here, and I just use a bolt and just press it out. And there's still a chance that you might break the magnet. I always try to save them when I can. All right, there's that. So at this point, when you have this out, you're going to look at the commutator, and this is where the brushes ride on, and this one is actually really good. I'm actually really surprised on how good that is. I'm just going to use some wet sandpaper and just polish it up, and that's about all it needs. Also check out this bearing. This bearing is riding smooth. I can open it up and add some grease. I might do that. And then moving on to the brush holder, and these are terrible. I mean, these are like welded. This one has a little bit of movement, but that's just insanely pitted. Tons of corrosion. These, yeah, this one doesn't even move. There it goes, but yeah, that's pretty bad. And here's a few other ones that I've gone through, and same way. So I'm gonna take the brush holder out, and I'm gonna use the hand impact driver again. And there's just 4 Phillips screws holding it. Usually they're pretty seized, always. And this one's breaking loose. That does the trick. Very dirty. just like that. And of course, save the hardware. You'll need them later. Then I'll take these off. It's just a 13 millimeter. And then these plastic things are usually always stuck, so I'll just smash them out. Then I'll go through, clean this up, and blast it and make it all pretty. I'm gonna polish up the commutator here on the stator. Strip of 320 grit, dip it in some water. And I'll just go around like this until it's all smooth. So depending on how bad yours is, sometimes you gotta start with like lower grit sandpaper. So I think that turned out pretty good. It's good enough for me. So now moving on to the brush holder, motor end cap. Just bead blasted, making it look pretty. New brush holder. This is what holds the brushes. New brushes. And you might want to take a photo of how these are orientated. But I have a few to look at. So you just install the brushes just like that. And then this one. You just gotta spring it back and then slide them in there. So just like that. And when you got the brushes in the brush holder, you will take these plastic things, put them in the holes here. They might fall out, but yeah. And take the brush holder. These terminals go where those holes are at. Just drop it in. Just gotta make sure the wires are out of the way. You gotta tuck them in a little bit. Just make sure they're out of the way. And so it kind of looks like that. And then take the screws and put the screws in. There's that. Put these insulator washers on. Washers. 2 jam nuts. There's actually a lock washer there too. Two jam nuts. It's a 13 millimeter. Just tighten it down snug. down. Good. And now we assemble everything pretty much how you took it apart, just in reverse order. I have the armature here, hit it with some motor cleaner. It's all cleaned up. And so basically what I do is you just pretty much work it on. You just move the brushes all around. Still want to be delicate of the magnet if you're trying to save it. I always try to save them. And so the bearing is just going to slide in there. It should, depends on how rusty it is. So watch out, be careful of the magnet. Just by smacking it, the magnet fractured, so now I'm gonna have to replace that. So, yeah, I pretty much try every time, but they're so delicate. And so now there's a plate in there, and so you just kind of have to spin the motor until that hole lines up with the plate hole. I'm not going to catch that on camera, but that's what you do. And then you drop a screw in there, and you're going to have to flip it upside down to screw it on because the plate is dropped down. So I got both screw holes lined up, so I'm going to flip it upside down so that plate falls. And then I'm just going to screw it in. And hopefully it's lined up. Yep, it's lined up. And then back it off a little bit, just like loosen it up. So now the plate's up and I can get this one screwed in. Easy as that. Now I got the magnet end. It's painted, makes it nice. Looks the part of being rebuilt. And then you pretty much just take this armature and drop it in there. Now I have the magnet end motor. It's all cleaned out with motor cleaner. And painted. You can't actually pressure wash these, but make sure you blow it out adequately. And then we take the armature with the brushes already installed, line it up like that, and just take the bolts and screw it on. And so that's pretty much it. Now the motor is finished. Just got to put the sensor on, and then that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.